right, there we go. How's everybody doing? Excited for you to be with me today. Today's topic is incredibly important, especially in the marketplace we're in right now, and ways to find properties that other people don't know about. What we're going to be talking about today is driving for dollars. And if you're not familiar with it, we're going to deep dive. But the whole concept is finding properties that may be in need of work, cross-referencing that against properties that have equity, putting marketing together for those, and calling them or getting them to call you through a variety of different things. So that's called driving for dollars. It's one of the most effective and one of the cheapest ways to find properties. And it's a great way if you are just getting started. So appreciate you being with us. And we've got a whole lot to cover, so we're going to jump right into this right now. Okay, so like I said, this whole topic and what we're going through today is driving for dollars. This is the art of finding properties that other people don't know about. So what you're going to learn today is we're going to talk about the simplest way to find off-market properties, which is driving for dollars. We're going to talk about the 4 elements of real estate success and what you need to know to make sure you're going to get that success. We talk about how to compete with bigger investors in your marketplace. A lot of people are saying, hey, my market is so saturated. There's so much going on. It's hard to find deals. This is a way you can break through the clutter because most people aren't willing to put in the time necessary to make these deals happen. We're going to talk a little bit about code violations and how code violations can be a major help in your driving for dollars campaigns and your marketing campaigns. And we're going to talk about what to look for when you're driving for dollars, what you need to be looking at, what you need to be looking for to know, is this a property I should be adding to my list? We're going to talk about what is a list, how you should use that, and what is important with this driving for dollars. So our agenda for today, we're going to do some updates and some welcome, which is what we're doing right now. We are going to be going over some real estate news. As always, I have a finding tip of the week where we go through and talk about some ways to find properties. And then our main event, which is our topic of the week, which is driving for dollars. So you're going to get a double dose of finding properties today, which you should be excited about. Then we're going to do our free t-shirt giveaway. We do that every single time. And then we have a free tool of the week. This is something, it's my gift to you. You can download it. You can use it. You can implement it. It can help you. It's completely free. So this show's for entertainment purposes only. Before you make any financial moves, consult a real estate professional, attorney, CPA, or other professional in subject matters. Everybody's situation is different. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. DHA may receive payment on show for sponsorships, guests in the forms of books, items, discounts, or other remediations. As with anything in life, results come from education, following a system, hard work, and determination to follow through until the end. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being with us today. Give me your first name and the city and state that you are investing in. Type it in the chat or type it in the comments below if you're not listening to the live version. If you're watching this as a recording, please join us every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a live cast, which is this, and you're watching the recording of that, or you're joining me live like so many of you are. Thank you for being with me live today. It is so exciting to have you with us. Shirt giveaway, what we are giving away. At the end of each live cast, we will announce last week's winner. So the end of today, we've already decided who the winner is. It's in the slides, and I'll be announcing that at the end. But we'll be giving away a t-shirt for next week, which is what you're competing for today. So who is interested in winning a free t-shirt? If you are, type it in the comments, type it in the chat, and let me know you'd like to be the winner of our t-shirt of the week. What I'm looking for is somebody who's asking great questions, somebody who's really engaged, high interaction, and making comments, especially making comments on our recorded copy. Now, today's shirt we're going to be giving away is the I Made It Through Rehab shirt. That one's going to be coming your way for whoever wins for this week. And we also have one of our Do Hard Money masks that will be coming your way as well. This week's winner, we'll be giving away this shirt at the end of today. This shirt is, I flippin' did it. So the I Flip and Did It shirt will be coming to the winner, which has already been decided, but we'll be announcing that at the end of today's live cast. We do one winner per week. If you want that shirt, type it in the comments. Let me know you want it. Also, let me know which shirt you like better. Do you like the I Made It Through Rehab or I Flip and Did It better? I'd be interested. Also, we just got the new hats in. If you like the new DHM hats, let me know. I'm sporting one today. If you like these live casts and you want to see them continue, I really need your help. Right now, we're at 4,730 subscribers. My goal for the end of March is to be to 4,830. So I've got 100 new subscribers I am looking for over the next 30 days, over this entire month. And every single day, I do a video upload, a video of the day. These are 3 to 7 minute videos. They go over a specific topic, like how to refinance a BRRRR deal or how much does rehab cost. If you've got a question you'd like to have me answer, one, type it in the comments if you're here live, and I will answer that. Or any of these recorded videos that I put together daily, type it in those comments, and I will make a video just on that topic and post that on YouTube, and you'll get alerted to that as well. What I would love to have you do is hit that thumbs up button. Okay, that thumbs up button means I'm doing a good job, and it tells the YouTube logarithms that I'm doing a good job and to promote this content more. Also, click that subscribe button. That's what I'm looking for, is 100 more subscribers. And if you are a new subscriber, please type it in the comments and say, I'm the newest subscriber to Do Hard Money. Also, if you click that bell notification, when I go live or when a new video posts, it'll send you a notice. And so you'll know that I'm going live, or you'll know that a new video has posted. And lastly, please, or second to last, please leave a comment on the recorded video. If you can leave a comment there, it helps out a ton. And tell someone else about this channel. It's a great way to make friends, is having financial friends that are looking to do the same things that you are. Joe said, just subscribe, would love to have the shirt. All right, Joe, thanks for the comments there. Also, what we're giving away today is a script, and it's some different scripts on driving for dollars. So if you stay to the end, I'll give you a link where you can download a bunch of different scripts on driving for dollars and what to say, which can be very, very helpful. Okay, I need to jump in. We have a lot of comments flying, and I love it. So Don from Greer, South Carolina was the first one to leave a comment today. Nux. Don, thank you for being here. Let's see, what do we got here? Hello, everybody. Harfell, I think I'm saying that right. Roberto, hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. Rigoberto, I think I'm saying that right. Yurley from Georgia, thanks for being here. Alvin from Alabama, thanks for being here. We got Mark from Fort Worth, Texas area. Oscar from Boston, Massachusetts. Oscar, I am a Red Sox fan, just for the record. Let's see. Gaynell is from Georgia and Louisiana. Julian's from Houston, Texas. We've got Gene from Chesapeake, Virginia, Hampton Roads area. Alvin wants the shirt. Rigobert, I hope I'm saying that right, from Detroit, Michigan. Thanks for being here. Miss Elena from Georgia, thanks for being here. Oscar wants a t-shirt. Mark wants a size medium, please. You may be the winner this week. Oscar saying he is in. Gaynell says she wants it. Jillian wants the t-shirt. Uriel wants the t-shirt. Don, I'm ready to be, what do we got here? I'm ready to be a winner all the way around. I like that. I really like that. Rehab, all right. You like the rehab shirt better. All right. Have to watch how to refinance a BRRRR. Have to watch. Oh, Don, you've watched it and you like that video, huh? I'm glad. Let me know. Post that in the comments as well. Daniel from Indianapolis, thanks for being here. Violet from Florida in the house. Violet, thanks for being here. Need to be Pat's fan to be official. Laugh out loud. Okay, guys, if you aren't currently a subscriber, please go and subscribe now and type in the comments, Ryan, I'm the newest subscriber, and winning some brownie points, maybe help you earn one of these shirts. And if you're currently a subscriber, put in there, I'm already a subscriber, and maybe that'll get you closer to grabbing one of these free t-shirts. Thanks for being with me. Links to download at the end of the live cast. We talked about that. Okay, let's jump into the real estate market update. What's going on in the real estate market? I got to grab my drink first, though. Okay, real estate market update. So U.S. housing market starts fell in January for the first time since August. Residential home starts dropped 6% from the prior month at 1.58 million annualized rates. Single family housing starts, which are the highest since 2006, by the end of last year decreased by 12.1%. So this is what you're seeing from the pandemic, and we're seeing it slide just lightly, but it's the best it's been in a long time. Nothing that I'm overly concerned about, but something to be aware of. 2.72 million homes remain in forbearance. This is something I am concerned about, but it could be an opportunity for real estate investors. 2.72 million homes remain in this forbearance. This shows you what we had. These are Fannie, Freddie, and this is the total number just right here, but you can see it's slowly coming down. We'll watch that trend and see what continues. U.S. luxury market has strong end of 2020, especially in suburban and second home areas. The hottest 12 markets in 2021. If you happen to one of these markets, please type it in the comments. Houston, Texas, Miami, Florida, Las Vegas, Nevada, Riverside, California, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Texas, Denver, Colorado, Atlanta, Georgia, Tampa, Florida, Nashville, Tennessee, Phoenix, Arizona, Austin, Texas. Let me know if you're in one of those hot markets. And so open house caused crazy traffic jams. I think it's incredible. There were hundreds of people that showed up, and I had a buyer that I was bringing. It was frustrating because you have to wait hours to get in, and sometimes you don't even get in at all. Isn't that insane? It's crazy right now. Mortgage delinquency in November fell to their lowest since the start of the pandemic. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Delinquency in November fell to their lowest. January data, national inventory declined 42.6%, and we did see the median price range actually go up. January data said homes were on the market for 76 days, which is 10 days less than they were the month before. 2021 foreclosures. Foreclosures will make headlines in 2021, but the real estate investor stockpiling cash in hopes of a Great Depression is going to likely be disappointed. We talked a little more about foreclosures and forbearances. The housing market stays tight as homeowners stay put, meaning homeowners, they ain't moving, which is meaning there's not a ton of inventory, and that is the current concern. The U.S. housing market, the housing market is expected to remain hot, but the frenzy that was the hallmark of 2020 is likely to die down. So again, we think we're going to be somewhere between 2019 and 2020 when it comes to what's happening in the overall market. Somewhere between 2 and 6% in price appreciation is what we're looking for. And we're also planning on mortgage rates going to about 3% is what we're seeing. And we're starting to see a little bit of a climb on interest rates already. President Biden, he has a plan for first-time home buyers, which basically means if you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, which is his definition of being a first-time home buyer, they will give you a credit for your down payment. Now, this isn't law yet. This hasn't been rolled out, but there's a lot of people that are concerned about the National Association of Realtors, the National Home Builders, because there's not a lot of housing affordability, and they're concerned it's going to make it even worse. We'll see what happens on this. Stay tuned. I'll keep you up to date as I hear new word from El Presidente. Yoon expects that there could be a 20% or higher third and fourth quarter. He's expecting about a 5 to 10%, which he is the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors. Something to think about, and as vaccinations make things a little stronger, that will be interesting. Let's see here. I got a little bit of feedback. Mark is saying he's having a hard time hearing me. How's everybody else? Can you hear me? Is it a Mark problem, or is it a problem here with our system? It's sounding loud and clear to me, but I'd be interested. So if you can't hear me, like Mark's saying, let me know. The Biden bump, how real estate may benefit from a Biden bump. One of the other things Biden's doing is the SALT cap. So he's removing the SALT cap, which actually has some itemized deductions that can make it very favorable. Okay, we got a bunch of comments. I want to make some. Okay, new subscriber. I appreciate it. You're real. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. You're real. Thanks for being here. Julian subscribed and turned on alerts. How about that, Julian? Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for being with us today. Regoberto, I'm already a subscriber. Thank you. Ganel, I'm already a subscriber. Fantastic. From Atlanta. Let's see here. Boston should be a hot market too. Yeah, I mean, honestly, what made the hot market list should be the entire United States for the most part. So let's see here. Mic volume, I'm working on that. How to be qualified for a loan? What's the minimum down payment, if any? Rigobert, it really depends on what type of loan you're looking for. So if you can be a little more specific, are you talking about like a hard money loan? Or are you talking about to do a refinance or a bird type deal? What type of loan are you talking about? I'd like to know that, and we could put those down in some questions. Maurice from Chicago on the road. Are you driving with us, Maurice? Be careful there, man. Let's see here. Loud and clear. Joseph says we're loud and clear. So, Mark, it may be something on your side. I'd love some more feedback on that. David is good in Michigan. Maurice says we're loud and clear. Ural gives me a thumbs up. Julian says, I can hear. Don, I am good. Here just fine. Okay, Maurice, always good to see you with us. Longtime subscriber. Mark, is that longtime subscriber? How's that volume doing? It sounds like it's probably something on your end. I think we've got stuff worked out. But, you know, if you haven't had a tour of this room yet, you probably should get one. We should do that. Oh, Maurice, I'm pulled over. Okay, hopefully not pulled over by the police, you know. Okay, property finding tip of the week. We're going to talk about divorced owners. So grab your pens and papers. You're going to want to take some notes. Hey, what do you guys think about the hat, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Let me know what your thoughts are on our new Do Hard Money hats. Okay, divorced owner. Change in life situations typically create motivation for change. This includes real estate. So anytime we're looking for those motivated sellers, we're saying, when has something happened in their life that could cause something to need to happen? So divorce is one of those. For example, with a divorce, if there's memories in the home, they may both want to sell the house. I don't want to be in the house that I was there with my ex-wife or whatever the case is. Those things happen. If there's lots of equity in the home, they may need to sell the home because they need to split the equity. Sometimes somebody will stay in a home, but lots of times they need to split it. They can't afford it. Maybe because the income's gone down, the two-person income may have gone to a one-person income and they need to sell the house. If both names are on the loan, somebody may say, no way, I want to make sure that you are not on this loan. I don't want to be responsible. We want to split ties as much as possible. There's lots of reasons if somebody is going through a divorce. The interesting thing is divorce information is public information. So if you could combine divorce information with people that have equity, now you've got and own a property, right? It's not just divorce. They're in a divorce, they own a property, they have equity. This is a list that you can go help some people. And so that can be a huge benefit. This is going to be a more targeted list, right? Active divorce, owns real estate, and has equity. There's much fewer records than just how many people are actually going through a divorce. Now, the question is, how do you find them? Well, you can go to the court records. There's public information, or you can use our Investor's Edge software. You put in your city, like we'll do Chicago here in just a minute. You put in liens, bankruptcy, and divorce information. Quick search that has divorce, and just do your search. So let's play with that real quick to give you an idea. We'll jump back over here to Investor's Edge, and I'm just going to type in Chicago. I'm going to sneeze here. Illinois. Which it comes up even though I spelled it wrong at first. Okay, so if we just come here to Chicago, Illinois, we come here to filters. In the filters, we're going to look for liens, bankruptcy, and divorce, which is just right here. Liens, bankruptcy, and divorce in the quick suppress has a divorce. You can just click on that bad boy, and you could close it. And with that, I've got a ton of unique properties. So I probably want to filter it just a little bit more. If I want to filter it just a little bit more, you could do, say, well, let's just come back up here. Property characteristics. Let's just do single-family houses, condos. You could do duplexes, threeplexes. I'm just going to do single-family and condos. And then valuation and equity. I want to make sure that they've got, I don't want stuff that's over like $500,000. And I want to make sure I'm dealing with stuff that's over $50,000. And I want to make sure, let's just see equity. I want to make sure, let's see, estimated rental income, equity. I want to make sure it's got at least $50,000 of equity in it, is what I'm looking for. And we'll jump out of that. So we've got a ton of unique properties here that are going through a divorce or have gone through a divorce. And each one of these properties, then I can do some marketing too. So I can create a list, send that marketing list out, and I may want to put a time frame on this because we've got 362,000 properties, tons of properties here. So that's how you're going to do it. And then what you can do is you can call them by doing a skip trace, and then you can actually call them yourself. Or what you can do is do some campaigns where you send out some postcards, do some voice broadcasts. Again, with our system, you don't need to be a graphics designer or any of that type of stuff. You don't even have to go to the post office. You just come here, decide which postcard you want, select it. It's already got your contact information in there if you've done it right, and you just hit the send key and it'll send it out to all those people that you just found. So, or you can go down to the county courthouse records, take a pen and a piece of paper and a legal pad and just start hammering through them. That's the hard way to do it. The Investor's Edge is the easiest way. Just depends on what you're looking for as far as what's the most efficient for you. Okay, contact these people. You can knock on the door. I don't recommend that for divorce records, but you could. You can call them. You've got a skip trace. Skip trace right now with the providers run about 12 cents. You can send a text message, but you've got to skip trace first in order to do that. Send a postcard. You're about 50 cents per postcard. Do a voice broadcast. I think it's about 10 cents right now with the provider. All that's available through Investor's Edge. Let's talk about postcards for just a minute. Postcards run about 50 cents depending upon the volume. You don't need a skip trace to do the postcards because you'll send it to the same place that the tax information gets sent to. So if the property tax bill goes, then that's the same place you're going to send your postcard to. I like to send the 4.25 by 6 rather than the oversized ones. I find it the response rate's really the same. Make sure to answer your phones. You're spending lots of money. You've got to answer your phones. So those are some of the big things. Let's jump over to some comments. Anybody got questions on the divorce, going after divorce records, please put that in the comments for me. Let's see here. I've got a lot. Hard money loan for fix and flip. So hard money loan for fix and flip, basically it's going to be less about the down payment if you're working with a real hard money lender, and it's going to be more about the loan to value. So for example, for us, we want to lend 70%, 65 to 70% of the after repaired value. So if the after repaired value is $100,000 at 70%, that would be $70,000. But that $70,000 needs to include the purchase, the rehab, the closing costs, and 5 months worth of payments. Anything that's above that, let's say that amount equaled $80,000, you'd have to come up with $10,000. But if that equaled $70,000, you wouldn't have to come up with any money. That's how we work things. But give us a holler if you want to talk more. You can talk to any of the associates. You can talk to Zach. You can talk to Zach. You can talk to Carlos. You can talk to Hunter. Rigobert, that might be helpful to you. Okay, Alvin, need to clean your ears. Better now. I just got to resolve. Fantastic. Gaynell says Gaynell says she loves the hat. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. Okay, good. Like Don likes the hat. Thank you. Do you own this software? Yeah, Alvin, this is Investor's Edge software, so check it out. If you have some questions on it, let us know. Use the same software. Fantastic. All right, let's get into this driving for dollars. Let me grab a drink of water and let's get rocking. All right. So, this whole concept with driving for dollars can make a major, major impact, okay? What do we got here? Has DHM website changed URLs? It's been some time since attempting access. No, it's just dohardmoney.com. And then can I wholesale probate? Yes, Andy Z. Wholesaling probate is, it depends on if you have to get court approval or not for the buyer. If you've got to get court approval, you're going to have to close and then resell it right then. If you don't have to get court approval, then you could do a wholesale deal. That could work out really well. So, but most of the time, yes, I think would be the answer there. Okay, let's do this. I want to get into the driving for dollars, and we'll answer some more questions here in just a bit. Okay, our driving for dollars. Let's talk about this. This is going to be one of the greatest ways to find properties today. What you're going to learn is the simplest ways to find off-market properties. You're going to learn the 4 elements to real estate success. We're going to talk about how to compete with big investors in your marketplace. We're going to talk about how code violations can help you do this. We're going to talk about what to look for when we're doing driving for dollars and what you should be looking for on those specific properties. Elements to finding properties, right? There's a couple of things you need to know. First off, you need some knowledge. Secondly, you need to have a strategy, which driving for dollars is a strategy. Next, you need to have a skill, which is learning to talk to people. And then number 4, you've got to execute on this. You've actually got to take some action and go make something happen. Okay, knowledge. You have to know how to handle things. You got to know what to say and how to approach it. So let's talk about this strategy, right? Understanding why the seller would want to do this. That's one of the first things. Why would the seller want to move forward? Why would the seller want to sell their property for less money than they could sell and list with a real estate agent later? Is it because of speed? Is it because of convenience? Is it because they don't want to spend more money on the property? Is it because they're going through a divorce? Like, what is going on here? And how can I help that seller? I always come from a position of how can I solve somebody else's real estate problem? I figure the better I am at solving other people's real estate problems, the more opportunity there is for me to make some money. Because when it comes down to it, the bigger problems I can solve, typically the bigger paydays I can get. We've got to be creative with these. How will this work? How does it actually work out? How can I make a profit? How to actually structure deals, which with time you actually get better at structuring deals. Let's talk about some skills. One of the biggest skills is talking to people, being willing to talk to people, not being intimidated by that, building relationships with people and knowing who to build relationships with, following up, right? Following up, making sure you have a system to systematically follow up and having some discipline. If you're not regularly calling, regularly mailing, regularly driving, you've got to have some discipline in making this happen. Let's talk a little bit about execution. This is where the rubber hits the road. Regular and consistent effort. If you go out there and drive today and never do it again, you're not going to have the success that you're looking for. Because results come over much effort. They come with much time. So we're looking for equity and we are looking for motivation. If they don't have equity, we can look to do a short sale or we can look to do seller financing or a subject to type deal. But those are subjects for another day for us to dive into. If they're stuck on a high price, seller financing at no interest rate is something you can think about. And again, that's a topic for another day, but I just want to put a bug in your ear to be thinking about it. Professional investors, okay? There's a bunch of professional investors out there. They go after properties they can find on lists. Like I'm going to download a list of divorcees, or I'm going to download a list of vacant properties, whatever the case is, or bankruptcy, inventory liens, non-owner occupied, pre-foreclosure, failed listings. So they're doing that and they're buying a list and they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing. The real question is, how can we compete with those big time investors? And the answer to this is really simple. It comes down to getting eyes on the ground. If I can actually go look at a property, have eyes on the ground, I can compete with those bigger investors. And this is why. Data is never perfect. Okay, for example, a vacant property means the post office can't deliver any more mail. That's where we get the data from, is from the post office. Well, the thing is sometimes they miss a property, okay? Sometimes things just don't get added to the list. Maybe it's a manual error. Maybe the post guy that's going by there, the mailman, doesn't turn in the form he's supposed to, or gets lost, or, I don't know, the wind picks up and it blows away and he can't track it down. Whatever the case is, there is manual error that happens, and there's also computer error that happens, right? Computers make mistakes all the time, believe it or not, or have problems all the time. So those things can happen. And so if a big time investor is using one of those lists and this property doesn't make it on the list, and I drive by and see this property and see there's problems, and then I market to it, I may be one of the few or only people going after this property, where in a hot market, you might have a bunch of people going after the vacant property list. Timing. Everything in life is timing. It can take time before it gets added to the list, meaning it could be that this becomes a vacant property, but it takes 30 days for the data to update. And in the meantime, I've already got that property under contract because I did driving for dollars and found it before anybody else even knew it existed. So how can we beat these professional investors? And the answer is we get there before they do. We can find things that they missed. right? Something that wasn't on the list for some reason. And how do we do that? We do that through driving for dollars. And we go and see the property. We see properties that meet criterias. Then we go after them. We find things that fall through the cracks that other investors aren't seeing. We find things that won't make the list for some reason or another. Okay? These are the steps. These are the steps necessary to make this successful in a driving for dollars campaign. First off, determining the area. And I can tell you, this is one of the most important steps. I find lots of people don't spend time to do research to determine the area they should be investing in. And they drive around and they send postcards or make phone calls and they don't get success and they give up because they're in the wrong area. It's just like fishing. If you're fishing where there ain't no fish, you ain't gonna catch nothing. But if you're fishing where the fish are actually biting, then you're gonna have some success, right? Or should I say, good things will happen with time in those types of areas. You wanna be driving in the right areas. And so we determine this by what zip codes have the most fix and flips in them. So what we're basically saying, hey, in our area, what zip code has the most fix and flips that are occurring, meaning the property's bought and sold in the same year? Because the highest activity for fix and flip is going to give me a great indication that that's a hot area for me to be investing in. Next thing we got to do is we got to set up some systems, okay? So you've got to get a phone number for people to call you back when you're doing voice broadcasting. You're going to need a phone dialer. One of the ones I like is Mojo Sells. It's a 3-line dialer. So after you download or after you do the driving for dollars, it does the skip trace. One of the things with the skip trace you've got to realize is you're going to get 3 or 4 phone numbers for every property you skip trace. So you're going to end up with a lot of people to call, and you want to have a dialer that's going to blow through those and call them. Skip trace, we do all the skip trace through Investors Edge. And so that's the software that we recommend you use for your skip trace. Tracking areas. You want to know where you've driven and where you haven't, because what you don't want to do is be driving in the same area you have already driven in before. You don't want to drive the same area twice unless it's been more than 6 months. And so that's where the Investors Edge app is going to come in. And then you've got to fund your account for SMS and postcards and those things so that you can actually send the postcards. Updating your contact information for postcards, use Investors Edge to put it in there. So when you tap send, it'll do it automatically. And then add your tags on Investors Edge. So you go in and actually add tags so that when you drive by properties, you can notate them with the click of a button, which is really super cool. Then you go out there and drive, right? I'm driving around. I'm looking for homes that have problems. So which homes have problems? And we're going to go through the problems in detail so you'll know what those problems are. If the home is in bad condition, the owner that currently owns the home is going to have to do a few things, right? They're either going to have to spend money and fix it up, or they're going to have to sell it to an investor, because you cannot get a bank loan on a home that needs work. That's really what it comes down to. So if I can find a home that can't be sold to an end buyer because it's in need of work, then they're going to either have to fix it up or they're going to have to sell it to somebody like me. And if I can get there on something that slipped through the cracks on a list, again, I've got the highest amount of opportunity here. So I'm going to have the least amount of competition, have a property that's in need of repairs. If I know there's equity, this is a great home for me to be spending my time. The other thing to throw into the mix here is city violations or code violations, right? So if there's a property and they have a code violation, this can be a great opportunity for me to take advantage of it. Code violations are public information. And the way that you can get this is call the city and ask for the list. You drive down if it's necessary, but getting the city list, that's how we're going to make it happen, is going after these lists that the city actually has. Now, just so everybody's clear, what is a code or a city violation? This could mean the grass is too high. This could mean that there's a broken down car. This could mean that the parking strip hasn't been cut, or it needs to have grass, or it needs to have a rock. There's something about the property that has had a complaint, or a city zoning or code violation officer has driven by and it doesn't meet the code or the requirements for that specific city, and a change needs to happen. And if they don't make the change, the city starts fining them. In some situations, the city will fine them and then the city will cut the grass themselves. In other situations, they'll just fine until something happens, and it's an opportunity for us to go take advantage of. Another place is working with the city to get the water shutoff notice. This is all public information. You call the city and ask for this list. If you need to, you drive down there. If they won't give it to you, you can do a Freedom of Information request. So as a tool, that's a way to get some things you want. Keep calling until you get it, and keep talking to people, because somebody can show you how you can go about getting that information. Now the next thing you've got to do is market. So you've got this list. You've got these people you've driven by. You've got to actually start and do some marketing. So how are we going to market? We're going to do some cold calls. We're just going to call them. We'll upload them in the dialer. We skip trace them, put them in the dialer. We're going to do some SMSs. We're going to send some text messages. We're going to send some postcards. We're going to send out a bunch of postcards. We're going to do some voice broadcasts, where it actually voice broadcasts to all these people, leaves them a voicemail. We're going to voice broadcast. We're going to knock on the doors. We actually knock on the door. So the question here is what are you looking for in a home? When I'm driving around, what am I looking for? I'm looking for homes that have broken or boarded up windows. I'm looking for dead landscapings or overgrown landscapings. I'm looking for places that have construction materials that are laying around. I'm looking for stuff that the gutter's in disrepair. I'm looking for something that has a legal notice that is on the door. I'm looking for missing siding, something that has no blinds, overgrown lawn, if there's peeling paint, okay? I'm looking for something that has bad siding or broken down car or fire damage, handicapped ramp, long grass, moving boxes, overstuffed mailbox, overgrown vegetation, peeling paint, which I think I've got on there twice, and trash and debris. Those are the types of things I'm looking for when I'm actually driving for properties. And if they have that, I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it to my list. Then with my list, I'm going to do the skip trace, send the postcards, make the phone calls, and I've got to do a lot of those to end up with a deal, and I'll show you the breakdown on that in just a bit. So code violations. What is a code violation? We talked about this a little bit. It's something that's substandard, that's in need of correction. And a violation notice is what happens. And common code violation could be working without a permit, not testing older materials, adding a bath without a ceiling fan or an attic fan. Could be a handrail violation where they don't have handrails up. The grass is too high, broken down cars, trash and debris. Those are the types of things you're going to get with a violation of sorts. And so let's talk a little bit about the water shutoff. To get your water shut off for non-payment, this takes a really long time. So if you're on the water shut-off list, there's a problem, and it's been a problem for a long time, unless there's been like a leak or a flood main line leak or something like that. This can be a great opportunity. Talk about some marketing tactics that we can employ. We can cold call. This is the best. This is the cheapest. This is also the hardest, because you've got to put in a lot of time, and it is also the most time consuming. As I talked about, getting a dialer, for example, Mojo Sales, it's much easier. It's $150 a month. You get a 3-line dialer. It'll call 3 people at the same time. It'll leave voicemails for people. This also helps because you get so much rejection. So this helps with call reluctancy, not wanting to make the calls. It helps. Each time you skip trace number, you get about 3 property, you get about 3 phone numbers. On average, you'll make 500 calls to get one person that is interested. It's kind of what it looks like on average. And with the dialer, you won't talk to as many. The dialer can make it easier so you don't have that call reluctance. Okay, cold calling. People will yell at you, right? They'll swear at you. They'll threaten you. People are they're not going to be excited about it. You've got to have some thick skin. You've got to have skip trace to get the numbers. So it's about 12 cents per property, as we talked about earlier. And then what to say on a phone call. I use a phone number. If they call back, I say, if I'm doing like a voice broadcast, I'll say, "Hi, this is Ryan. I'm a property buyer, and I'm looking for properties in any area and condition. If you have a home you'd be interested in selling, please leave your name and phone number, and I'll give you a call back." That's the voicemail if they're calling me back. So what to say on a voicemail? If I get a voicemail, I have a pre-recorded message that like your Mojo Sales would just leave on it. "Hi, this is Ryan. I know this may be random, but I was wondering if you had any interest in selling your home. If so, give me a call at blah, 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 blah. If not, no need to call me back," right? You can add to this, and this is one of the things we're giving away, I can add to this and say, I can pay cash, close on the date of your choice, that type of stuff. On an SMS, this is a good way. You can do this individually, or you can use the software for it, meaning one-off versus doing it with a software that's going to do all the sending for you. And there's a small cost. Service like that's typically 5 cents per SMS that we're doing, or you can just do them one by one. I don't use my cell phone to do mass text messages. I only get my cell phone when I have a conversation with them. So I'm using a dialer with a phone number for there. Then if they call back, it goes to like a Google Voice. And then from there, I can call them back directly. I don't want to be broadcasting my cell phone number out there because you do get some haters that call, and it's easier to just delete a hater message than it is for you to have to deal with it. Postcards. This is commonly used. This saves a lot of time, but it does cost a lot more money. So it's back to the whole thing. What's more important is time or money more important to you. Each postcard is about 45 cents. I said 50 cents earlier. Just depends on how many you actually send out. Voice broadcast. This does an outbound call. It does not ring, but it shows that there's a missed call, and it leaves a voicemail message for them. So that's called a voice broadcast. It's about 10 cents per voice broadcast on average, which is a great way to contact these people. So again, this whole idea is I want to find properties other people aren't finding. I'm going to drive around and find properties that meet those criteria that we saw, properties that are in problem, that type of stuff. I'm going to add to that the water shutoff list. I'm going to add to that the zone and code violation list. I'm going to skip trace all of those, upload them into a dialer, call them like crazy, send postcards. I don't need to do a voice broadcast because my phone system is going to leave a message for each one of those, so I don't have to do that, but I am going to send the postcards. And when I'm driving around, if I see a property that looks good, I'm going to stop and talk to the person if there's somebody there at the property. And that's kind of the knocking on doors. But if you don't have a great budget, you can just knock on doors. You can also just call without using a dialer. You can just call, but it will take a lot longer, and it will take some thicker skin is what it's going to take to make that happen. So my recommendation is cold call. Do your SMS blast, send your postcards, and knock on the door if you see someone. That's going to be my recommendation. But let's talk a little bit about the numbers, okay? You can add about 300 properties an hour, meaning when you drive around 300, you can add 30 properties an hour. That's really what I'm seeing is about 30 properties an hour, depending upon where you live. 70% you will get contact information when you do a skip trace. So what we've put together for our members is the first property roadmap. So it basically breaks down exactly what you need to do. So you can add about 30 properties an hour. 70% of those will have a contact information when you skip trace. 21% of those you'll have a conversation with. 7% of those will be a prospect. 25% of those will turn it into an appointment. 75% of those you'll turn it into an offer. 25% of those you will get a contract on. So let's just kind of roughly go through this. Property list, if you get a list of about 2,250, and these are just averages, but this gives you a direction. This isn't a guarantee, but it gives you a direction to know where you're going. So if you add about 2,250 properties, let's just call it 3,000 properties at 30 properties an hour, you're going to have about 100 hours driving. Contact information, you're going to have about 1,575. Conversations, you'll have 331. That'll turn into about 23 that are prospects. It means you'll make appointments with 6. Remember, the difference between conversation and prospect, people are going to say, nope, not interested, take me off your list, whatever, I hate you. And that'll turn into 23 prospects. And then appointments, that'll turn into about 6 appointments. With those 6 appointments, you'll make offers on about 4 of those properties, and you'll get a contract on about 1. And that's some rough numbers of what you need to do for the driving for dollars, which all starts with getting out there and making some things happen when it comes to the driving. You're going to hear lots of negatives. You just got to keep going. I think that's one of the beautiful things about this strategy is the wimps and the wusses can't make it. So if you're a wimp and you're a wuss, you're not going to make it. And so this actually says you got to earn it. And if you're willing to put in the time and earn it and follow the system, great things happen. Again, this isn't a guarantee. There's risk. The area makes a big difference. The price ranges make a big difference. Competition makes a big difference. Your skill set makes a big difference. Your consistency makes a big difference. So there's a lot of big differences here, but this gives you an idea, a roadmap. It gives you some generalities for you to be going in the right direction. Plan on spending about $2,000 to get a deal, give or take some money. It depends on all those things we just talked about, the area, the competition, your skill sets. You still need other skills. This does not eliminate everything else. You still need to know what to say. You've got to get on a contract. You've got to value the property, construction bids. You've got to do funding, project management. All of those things are still necessary to make something happen. And that's why our complete system helped take brand new investors through flipping their first home. It's called the Find Fund Flip System. We have dozens of hours training. We have deal finding software. We have access to 100% financing. It's at dohardmoney.com/get started. Again, dohardmoney.com/get started. Let me jump over to here to a few comments. I think I said this earlier, but David, it's just dohardmoney.com, dohardmoney.com. If that doesn't work, let me know, but it should be. It's been working. Let's see. Andy, can I wholesale a pro? Oh, we talked about that. Great. Rigobert went and did some driving for dollars. That's fantastic. I hope you're using the right softwares and systems and those things. Promise this is my free gift to you. This is my driving for dollars script. If you want to go over to dohardmoney.com/driving-script, or you can text your email. This is our new text, 435-294-0433. Again, 435-294-0433. Text that number with your email, and we will send you a free copy of this voice of our scripts that can be helpful for you. Or just go ahead on over to dohardmoney.com/driving-scripts, so you can take a look at that. Logged in successfully, Ryan. Thank you. Fantastic. Glad to hear. If you enjoyed these, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment, and tell somebody else about it. Again, if you want to get those free driving for dollars scripts, just go to dohardmoney.com/driving-script, or you can text 435-294-0433 and just text your email address, and we'll send you the driving for dollars scripts. Okay, future topics. What would you guys like to hear for future topics on these live casts? Here's some few on the screen. If there's something you're interested, type it in the chat or type it in the comments below, and we can put that on the docket for an upcoming live cast. Type the future topics, anything you would like to see. Again, with the driving for dollars, if you want those scripts, the things that I recommend you say, go to dohardmoney.com/driving-scripts, or you can text 435-294-0433. Just text your email address to there, and it will send you a copy of the Driving for Dollars scripts. If you liked what you heard today, please share the live cast link on YouTube with friends or with family members. Also, you can check out my podcast, which is Income Hacker. Again, it's Income Hacker. You can check it out on iTunes, or you can check it out wherever you listen to podcasts, Alexa, Google Home. You can pick it up in any of those. Okay, guys, it is that time of the night where it's time for us to give away a t-shirt. Again, we're going to be sending out, because of the COVID, we're going to be sending out a mask, and we're going to be sending out a t-shirt. I made it through rehab t-shirt. This is going to be coming your way. Our winner for this week, drum roll please, Don Murphy. Don, if you're on the call, make yourself known. Congratulations. Everybody give Don some thumbs up. Give us some love in the chat or in the recording. And we really want to give her some love and let her know we appreciate her. Don, what I need to have you do is email support@dohardmoney.com. Put in you're the shirt winner. Put in your screen name. If you have one, put in your mailing address, your cell phone number, your shirt size. We want to get your free shirt sent out to you. So please do this in the next couple weeks here, and we will get that shirt sent all free of charge. We're paying shipping, paying for the shirt, paying for it all. All of you that participated, if you want to find out if you were the winner. Oh, Don's here. All right, Don. Make sure you send that stuff in. Excited to have you as a winner. If you want to find out who won the shirt for next week, if you want to be like Don and be the winner for next week, join us next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you haven't already, make sure you get those Driving for Dollars scripts, dohardmoney.com/driving-script, so you can get a copy of that, or text 435-294-0433. Text your email address on that, and we'll send you a copy of those Driving for Dollars scripts. Okay, let's see here. Is it better to burr or flip to begin? It depends on your goals. We'll talk about that. That's a great one. Apps that help when driving for dollars. Mark, stay tuned because we're rolling an app out in the next couple of weeks. So let's see here. Let's see. David gives a high five. Rigoberto, congratulations to Don. Maurice, thumbs up. And Don has a big thank you. And I guess we should thank all of you for being with us today on our live cast of the week. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you get a copy of these Driving for Dollars scripts. That can be very helpful for you. And we will see you same time, same place next week. Thank you all for being here. Look forward to talking to you. Go out there, implement some of these things. Go do some Driving for Dollars. Let me know what you think and let me know how it goes. Otherwise, make it a very profitable day. And bye for now.